The Sistine Chapel was started in 1475. It took 8 years to build and was built by Pope Sixtus IV, hence the name. The chapel measures 40 feet wide by 130 feet long and 68 feet high, and is located in Rome. In 1508, Pope Sixtus commissioned Michelangelo to repaint the ceiling, which initially had a sky scene on it. Michelangelo spent the next 4 years painting the ceiling with over 300 figures. The ceiling houses 9 Bible stories from the book of Genesis. The most famous of these was the creation of Adam. Michelangelo was born 1475 and passed away in 1564. He lived for an amazing 88 years. Michelangelo was an Italian Renaissance artist most known for his painting and sculpture work. He became the first artist to have a biography published while he was still alive. During the years that Michelangelo spent painting, he sunk into poverty because the Pope was not very timely on his payments. The Sistine Chapel took so much of Michelangelo's time that he rarely had time for other commissioned work, and this became a problem for his family's finances. The chapel was finished in 1512. Michelangelo had a few lasting health problems that resulted from the painting of the Sistine Chapel. First, his vision was affected to the point that he could no longer read. Secondly, his eating habits were permanently changed. And finally, he was constantly tired. Despite these illnesses, Michelangelo went back to the Sistine Chapel in 1535 to paint the Last Judgment over the altar. This particular piece became a scandal, and Michelangelo was accused of immorality due to the naked figures that he used. After Michelangelo's death, a church committee decided to cover the areas in question, and even after a restoration in 1993, the figures remain covered. Other artists also contributed to the Sistine Chapel. The walls were covered with paintings, and they were divided into 3 different sections: before the 10 Commandments of Moses, between Moses and Christ's birth, and the Christian time thereafter. During ceremonies, the walls are covered with tapestries created by Raphael that depict scenes from Acts. This site is a great educational resource for art and history teachers. It can take the students across the world to the inside of the Sistine Chapel. What an amazing experience for students, especially for those who will never see it otherwise. The title and artist labels are also helpful to keep everything straight. These appear when the user mouses over the pieces on the wall. Now, many times, I fail to see how Second Life can be used within the classroom. There are so many inappropriate sites, actions, and people on Second Life. With that being said, I can see how this particular site would be used to benefit the student. It gives us teachers another avenue to transport information to our students. I feel students will be more open to this avenue than to straight lecture any day. Stop by and check it out.